What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we are going back to guide content, so I'm going to try and do something a little ambitious. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it up, but I figured because the support for the channel has been so much, or so big recently, I wanted to try and step up my game as well, since it seems like a good time for it. So basically what I'm going to try and be doing is I'm going to try and do 2 videos per day, which is maybe a little ambitious, but I figure I'll give it a shot, and if I don't succeed, like, we'll go back to 1 video a day. But my goal is to have... It's way too loud, sorry. My goal is to have, like, a Pokemon guide for some kind of Pokemon during the day, and then in the evening sometime to have a battle video go up. So we're trying for 2 videos per day. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it up consistently, but that is the goal. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again. Please remember to subscribe. Every 5K subscribers, I'm going to be working on a new team. So we're almost at 75K. I'll also be sharing the current team at that point. And then, if we can hit 100K by March, then I will be doing Pokemon Academy, where I'll be giving lessons and creating a public Discord for free, and inviting guest lecturers, all that good stuff. So please remember to subscribe and like this video as well if you don't mind. It really helps me out. I know that by doing 2 videos per day, like, my individual views will probably go down on each video, but I want to make more content than I'm currently making, so we're going to try. Anyway, with all that being said, let's talk about Dragapult. So, Dragapult's a really cool Pokemon. It's one of the most popular Pokemon in terms of, like, design, I think. Like, everyone seems to love this Pokemon, and I can see why. The design is great. The typing, Dragon Ghost, is really, really cool. It's neat because Dragon Ghost was a typing previously only used by, I believe, Giratina, unless I'm much mistaken. Oh, this is with removed Pokemon. But yeah, it's a unique typing. Well, not unique, but it's a rare typing at the very least. It also has a couple cool abilities. Infiltrator, ignoring Substitute, Reflect, and Light Screen, which are really good. Clear Body, ignoring stat drops, which is really good if you're physical, or opposing stat drops, I should say. And then Curse Body's probably not going to get used that much, but it's a really cool move as well. So, yeah, people are loving Dragapult, and it's kind of easy to see why, right? It's a dragon, it's a cool mon. Dragon Ghost is really neat typing. Max Ghost move lowers foes' defense, which is interesting. Like, you compare this with a fast physical attacker, because, well, let's talk about the stats next, because the stats are really cool. It's so fast. It's so fast. Tapu Koko, for reference, was base 130. So it's really fast. Mega Gengar was base 130. Those guys are fast. And its stats are overall, like, pretty good. It has good attack, like, really good attack, especially when you factor in Clear Body. Not bad HP at all. Defenses are, like, not amazing, but they could be worse. And decent special attack as well. It's just got overall great stats. And a bunch of cool max moves. So, Max Flare for setting Sun, Lightning, Electric Terrain, Bug for lowering special attack, Normal, of course. I think everything gets normal, more or less. Phantasm, as I mentioned, lowers defense. It can set Rain, it can raise speed, although this is only physical, so I don't think that's really much use. Dragon lowers attack, which is good. It could set Psychic Terrain with Psychic Fangs, I believe. Max Darkness, like, if you wanted to build this, like, use this thing as a max attacker primarily, or a Dynamax Pokemon specifically, I think it would have some good usage there. So that's all I'm trying to say. So let's just recap what we've gone over so far. I've gotten some feedback that, like, some people don't like my kind of disorganized, off the cuff style. So while I don't tend to really mix up my style too much, because I feel like most of y'all who know me or who watch my content regularly kind of appreciate that this is, I think it feels very genuine. It feels very genuine to me. I hope it feels genuine to you as well. But yeah, I don't want to, like, stray too far. Of course, I could be very structured. I can talk, slower, be more professional when I want to, but I don't know. It's not really me. But I will try and be more organized nonetheless, so that everyone can win. But yeah, just to recap what we've gone over so far. Cool typing. Typing is really neat. Both max moves are pretty good. Dragon lowering attack, Ghost lowering defense. Overall, very, very good stats. The speed is a big plus here. It's going to be faster than almost anything that's not getting some kind of speed modifier in the metagame. So, yeah. And then now let's talk about the moves, and then we'll go into sets. So, in terms of moves, it has a signature attack called Dragon Darts, where it fires the 2 little Dreepy that live in its head at the opponent. Dragon Darts is cool in doubles because it's smart targeting, I should say. So the way that it works is it's a 50 power base move that hits twice. However, if neither target protects or is immune, both targets will take one 50 base power attack. However, if one of the targets protects or one of the targets is a fairy type, then both Dragon Darts will target the other Pokemon. So it's a really cool spread move that isn't really a spread move. It has similar base powered Icy Wind, if you want to think about it like that. So Dragon Darts is a really cool attack. The animation's super funny. Yeah, it gets Sucker Punch, which is cool. That's a good move. Other notable moves, U-Turn is really big on a fast Pokemon, especially if you run an offensive item on it. U-Turn is really good. It does get Dragon Dance. I think that I'm not sure how much use Dragon Dance is going to get, truth be told. But nonetheless, I still think it's worth noting. It does have potential there, and it could definitely be good. One of the main drawbacks, I think one of the ways in which Dragapult is it's balanced, it's not just like so overwhelming, is that it doesn't have a good physical ghost move outside of Phantom Force, which can be kind of abusable, I'll say. Phantom Force I love it. It's a powerful 90 base power move, but it takes 2 turns. And the 2 turns isn't that bad in terms of, like, how do I say it? Like, it's the fact that it takes 2 turns isn't that bad in terms of, like, like, you don't attack for a turn, because you can normally play around that or do a different move, but it is kind of bad when it comes to your opponent can react to it, right? So, yeah, but Phantom Force Breaking Protect is neat, truthfully, so I don't know, I guess it's kind of too soon to tell how good or bad the fact that if it's physical it has to run Phantom Force is, but yeah, it's definitely interesting that its best physical ghost move, it might be its only physical ghost move, is Phantom Force. Gets some good support moves, it gets the screens, it gets Thunder Wave. On a Pokemon like this, you're probably not running the screens or Thunder Wave, but you could in theory. It does get max flying, that's why I mentioned fly earlier. Will-O-Wisp, it gets beat up, so beat up might not seem worth mentioning, but because of its high base speed, you compare it with the Justified Pokemon. I actually don't know if there are any good Justified partners, but beat up has use in VGC often. It's normally with Terrakion specifically, but yeah, beat up is a cool move that can be used in a supportive manner. Will-O-Wisp is a move I personally love. It also gets other good support moves in Helping Hand. We already mentioned U-Turn, Acrobatics, Phantom Force, like I mentioned. Breaking Swipe, I don't know how good that's going to be, but it might be good, but probably not. And then good coverage moves, right? We got Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, which is cool. Thunderbolt. Tri-Attack, a move I personally love. It does get Outrage. It gets Baton Pass, which could be interesting with Clear Body, although probably not. Shadow Ball, Dragon Claw, Dragon Pulse, Scald, and Psychic Fangs, which is cool. And then for egg moves, Disable's the coolest one here. Nothing else is really that good. Yeah, and then Draco Meteor. So let's just jump right into the sets, if it's all the same to you guys. So this is the set that I've been using in my videos. It has max speed and max attack with a choice band. This set to me makes a lot of sense to kind of start off with when you're using this Pokemon, because it's not that complicated. It takes what Dragapult does and enhances that, right? It says, okay, Dragapult, fast Pokemon that can't be intimidated, and it actually is immune to Fake Out unless the Fake Out Pokemon is Scrappy, like Kangaskhan, which I don't think is in the game. So yeah, this Dragapult, it has a strong U-Turn, it has strong stab moves, and Choice Band, Dragon Claw, and Dragon Darts. It can't be intimidated, and Phantom Force is solid as well. This Dragapult is... I would say this Dragapult, like, my main problem in using this Dragapult is, like, Phantom Force, like, if you run into a Pokemon that you don't want to hit with a Dragon move, then you can be kind of tough, because you can't just spam Phantom Force. Like, it's not a move that you can get instant damage output out of. And I also have a really hard time bringing this set against other Dragapult. So, yeah, those are like kind of 2 weaknesses of this set. However, this set, when the opponent can't quickly get rid of this Pokemon, it becomes extremely, extremely dangerous for them. Because of the damage output that Dragon Claw and Dragon Darts offer. And this set is cool because you can lead it, fire off a U-Turn, especially like if there's something weak to Bug, or just something that you want to like chunk or break a Focus Sash on, and then bring it in late game to sweep. I think Dragon Darts is much better late game. A lot of people have asked me why both Dragon Claw and Dragon Darts. The reason for that is, as I mentioned, Dragon Darts, if the opponent does not protect one of their Pokemon, then Dragon Claw is actually a lot stronger, because it's a 50 base power move on each Pokemon rather than an 80 base power move on one. And even though you're doing more damage, base damage wise, from Dragon Darts, oftentimes you need Dragapult to be taking a KO, because like Dragapult's bulk, honestly, for a very fast, very offensive Pokemon, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. So that's that set. Another set that's interesting here is this Dragapult, which is Choice Specs: Draco Meteor, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, and U-Turn. U-Turn's optional. You can run Scald, you can run Surf, you can also run like Thunderbolt here if you prefer. These are all options. Thunder if you have a Rain team, or if you want something to set Electro Train. You can also, of course, run Fire Blast. I would probably personally, unless my team needed it would depend on the team, basically. Like, what moves you choose depend on the team. You also, honestly, could run Dragon Pulse. That's another option. with Tapu Fini not on every team or any team at the moment, I think Dragon moves are a lot stronger, and people might be not respecting them enough. This Dragapult tries to kind of circumvent the issues with the first Dragapult that I mentioned, where Shadow Balls, it's a spammable Ghost move. So now you can click easily Dragon moves or Ghost moves or coverage move if you need. And Dragon and Ghost are like not great against certain steel. Well, Dragon, its main offense is not good against certain steel types. So you normally run a fire move, and then, like I mentioned, last move is personal preference. These EV spreads are pretty straightforward. They're both very offensive, and you want to go max speed because, because you don't want to lose to other Dragapult. Last Dragapult I have here, and I'm actually going to throw in one more honorable mention at the end of this. Or I'll just talk about some sets I think could be good as well in addition to these, but this is Life Orb. This is a Life Orb Mixed set. So I think you want Draco Meteor for sure, and then I think you probably want Shadow Ball, but the other moves are kind of up for grabs. You can run Dragon Claw if you wanted. I think you really, and like you can also mix with the EVs, so you could run this as like a physical Dragapult like this, and just have like, okay, I have physical Dragapult with like Phantom Force, Dragon Claw, but then if I run into a physically bulky Pokemon, or if I just want like some faster damage output, I can drop a Draco Meteor, right? Or you can kind of bait them into thinking you're a special Dragapult by using Draco Meteor first, and then like if they try to ignore your Dragapult, then you can hit them with a Dragon Claw or Phantom Force. Something that I think is really interesting about Dragapult is that it has a lot of potential with combination attacks, because as I mentioned, Ghost max move, Max Ghost, lowers defense, the defense stat, so that's a big deal. And so if you pair this with like a very fast physical Pokemon, like let's say you have a Choice Scarf Mamoswine that's EV to underspeed your Dragapult, then you could Max Ghost something, do a ton of damage, drop both defense stats, and then now your Mamoswine is effectively +1, right? You can do it with a lot of physical attackers, and you can actually Choice Scarf Pokemon because Dragapult's so slow, or so fast, sorry. So you can actually run Choice Scarf Pokemon that outspeed everything up to Dragapult, which is basically everything in the metagame. So I think that's something cool you can do. That's like a good example. Like let's say my opponent is Sylveon, and I have like Dragapult Mamoswine. That's one way in which I could potentially KO the Sylveon on one turn with a double up with Phantom Force or Ghost Max move and then Ice move. The other cool thing about Dragapult, especially if you're not locked into it, I feel better clicking Phantom Force if I'm not going to be locked into it. Another cool thing you can do is use Phantom Force to break Protects, right? I'm actually not sure if Phantom Force breaks Max Guard. I assume that it... Actually, I don't want to say it. My assumption is that it does break Max Guard, but I'm not entirely sure. So, but being able to break Protects for a partner Pokemon, especially on a very fast Pokemon, is really valuable. So, as the metagame progresses, I think we might see other Dragapult sets pop up as well. These are just kind of starting sets. Other things that I think could be good are Assault Vest Dragapult, I think could be good. Choice Scarf Dragapult, I think could be interesting as well. You lose a slight power drop, but in return you get the ability to outspeed other Pokemon like Dragapult, and you actually also outspeed Excadrill and Sand. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Excadrill hits 280 stat. Oh my god, yeah. Scarf Dragapult actually should be looked into. Scarf Dragapult should definitely be looked into. Sorry, that was just like a moment for me. You can outspeed Excadrill and Sand, you can outspeed Ludicolo and Rain. Having something like that, especially against weather Pokemon, like... Sorry, this video's gone a little long, but I'm going to try and explain why that's a big deal. Let's say I have Scarf Dragapult, right? And let's say I have Scarf Dragapult with, like, Scarf Dragapult and... I don't know, let's say I have Scarf Dragapult and, what's a Pokemon? Like a Pokemon fast, like Mamoswine, okay? It's Adam and Excadrill, my Mamoswine is faster, right? And if I don't attack with my... But the problem is Sand is up, right? So if I U-turn into Excadrill, right, with my Scarf Dragapult, because of the changes in speed mechanics, I can U-turn into a Weather Setter, overwrite the Sand, and then hit the Excadrill in the same turn. Being able to outspeed Excadrill with U-turn if you have Weather on your team, like, that's a big deal, because now your partner Pokemon get to attack first. So if you have Choice Scarf U-turn, and you're outspeeding Ludicolo, or you're outspeeding Excadrill and Sand... Not to mention you could hit it with a Scald or a Fire Blast, so Excadrill, like, you could also pick it off that way, but yeah, you can totally mess with the speed stats that way, and you can also react to what they're going to do, right? Because a current thing that's really scary is, my opponent, I had a game yesterday, right? Or in the last video. Opponent leads Ludicolo Hydreigon. Now, unlike in previous years, my opponent can U-turn with their Hydreigon and, or like, my opponent could switch in Pelipper and immediately get the speed advantage, right? That's like something that they have access to, which they didn't have access to before. So my Rotom, who went for Volt Switch or Discharge or Thunder Wave or something, which was going to outspeed Ludicolo in Gens 1 through 7, now doesn't outspeed. if you have U-turn, you can react to that. You can say, okay, if they like try and get the speed advantage, I'll just immediately get it back. So it's a really cool Pokemon. I think Choice Scarf has a lot of potential. Like I said, I think all these sets are good. I think we'll see some Choice Scarf Dragapult later in the metagame, but I've kind of rambled on here a little bit longer than I intended to, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, please like this video. Please subscribe if you're new. I really, really would love to hit 100,000 subscribers, and I feel like this is so, like, this time is so crucial, so liking the video, leaving comments, letting me know your thoughts down below, that all really helps me out a lot in terms of my growth as a content creator, so thank you. That's all I want to say. Thank you for watching. I'll try and do 2 videos a day. We will see if I'm able to, but yeah, until the next video, goodbye.